Hello, hello. Welcome to Ram and Goat Astrology. I am Laura Lee.
And I am Miss Helena. I don't know why I felt the urge to say Miss.
Well,
Miss.
because now you're stepping into that realm of like children are going to be addressing you soon, and you'll need a name, right?
No. In Sweden, in Sweden they don't do that.
No, just
No,
in this.
we don't have the Miss or no, we are very un um proper in that way. We just say like you or something.
You don't
Hey,
have like
hey
a
you.
senor or a señorita. You don't. There's
No.
not like a ma'am or a
Nope.
sir.
Nah,
Really?
we don't use it at all.
Really?
Yeah, if I would
What if
say something to someone, I would just start with "excuse me" and then I would address the person. Or like "hello."
you wouldn't say "pardon me, sir" or "pardon me, ma'am"?
No, no.
So this is tickling my brain. I don't know why,
Yeah.
but I guess I just kind of assumed all languages
Yeah.
had some type of.
We used to, but it died out, I think, like in the 80s. Um,
Huh.
fröken. Fröken is miss. So it used to be like Fröken Helena.
Yes, because I
Herr.
have read that in the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series. I have
Yeah.
seen it a couple times. So I assumed
Mm.
that it was just
Yeah.
common language, but you're saying it's not.
Nope.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, if someone would say something like that to me in Sweden, I would be very shocked. S- I would be stunned.
Like, what are
So
you
I would call
doing?
me
Stop it.
fröken. Yeah.
Interesting. In the
Yeah.
southern United States, usually like, oh, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, that zone seems to use a lot of like, yes, ma'am, and yes, sir. Like
Yeah.
it's a very proper thing, especially to teach your children. We lived down there for a couple of years, and it was very weird when adults would make their children address me as Miss Laura or Mr.
Mm.
Phillip. Like that would be like
Yeah.
how the kids have to learn to address the adults, which there's nothing wrong with it. It just threw me off because in
Yes.
Wisconsin we do not do that either. I mean, we'll say excuse me, ma'am, or we'll use a ma'am or a sir, but it's not for every single interaction. And with the
Yeah.
kids
It'd be
in
more like when you're yeah, I get it. If you're out and about and you don't know someone, it's you
yes.
need to be more proper.
Yes. Yeah, but in southern United States, it's a little bit more normal to have a yes ma'am or a yes sir as just part of the language or excuse
Yeah.
me, Miss Laura or Mr. Phillip. Like that's just adding that prefix on, I guess, is really just
Yeah.
something that's, certain cultures. So it's just fascinating to hear other cultures and
I like
what they
it.
do.
I like it. You with all of your Gemini, you love these kinds of things. And I've been listening to Deborah Silverman's new book.
Hmm.
She has a new book.
Yes,
Apparently, I didn't know. I
it's
just saw it.
It's on my
Uh,
list to read. I'm reading like six books right now. I mean, what a Gemini
yeah.
thing to do. I'm
Yep.
literally reading six
Sure.
books, and I was like, Laura, you can't start a new one right now. Finish at least two of
Yeah.
these.
But yeah, and I'm listening to this one. Sometimes I feel like it's easy, like it's nice to put something on while I'm doing the dishes or cooking or something like that.
You bet. You bet.
Yeah. And it's so I like and I think that's why I was drawn to her in the first place, and maybe you as well. We all both ended up being taught in her school. Um, she simplifies a lot. She makes things very understandable.
Bite-sizable,
Yeah,
which is
very
interesting because
bite
she
size.
has a Gemini sun and an Aries moon, and I'm an Aries sun and a Gemini moon. And
Mm,
as soon as I learned that about her, and I was like, oh, that makes sense.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
of course, her and I would feel similar and be drawn. Like I was like, I always know if I meet her in person or if I get, one-on-one attention with her, I know her and I are going to be like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah. Did I ever tell you that I've actually met her?
what?
Yeah, I
How
was
did you
thinking about
keep
this
this
the other day.
information from me?
I don't know. I did, actually I thought about it the other day, and I was thinking that I don't think I've told Laura this. I think before I started studying with her, and I had just found her book, The Four Elements, and was reading that. And I found her through this um, Instagrammer who was really famous, or who is still really famous in Sweden, Yoga Girl, and she had a reading with her, and she was talking about her, how amazing she was, and that's how I found her, and I got the book. And then I was just following her social media and saw that she was going to be in Sweden, and she was going to have this little talk at this tiny little bookstore in Stockholm.
What year
So,
was this?
oh my God, this was, and I actually have, oh, I don't know where it is. I had a picture of her and me. But I
What?
think it's,
Ah,
yeah, but I
so
think it's,
jealous.
I haven't seen it in ages. It's not on my phone. I think it's gone on some old phone, you know? This
Oh
must have
no.
been, yeah, I know. This must have been like, uh, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah. Nice.
I remember
Nice.
riding there on my bike and being like, I really wanted to meet her. Like this, it was a huge thing for me. And it was a really hot summer day. And it was a tiny space, and I can't believe that she was speaking at such a tiny little bookstore. And
Yeah.
I don't think that would happen now, or maybe it would. But
And now it's
yeah,
been
it was
four
amazing.
years since we almost 4 years since we've done our astrology school. So
Yeah, and
that's
I
so
got my
fun.
book signed.
I love that story.
Yep.
She is definitely one of those people where I'm like, if I could, like, who would you invite over to dinner just to just chat with them if you could, right? She's definitely on
Hmm.
my list for sure of
She
people
has a lot of things to say.
I
Yeah.
just want to chat with. Like, can you imagine her and I in a room
Just
together?
picking
Oh
her
my
brain.
God, we wouldn't stop. There would be no
I wouldn't be
stopping.
able to get a word in,
No,
but it would be very
absolutely.
entertaining.
That would be so entertaining. That'd be
Yeah,
so
but
entertaining.
I love how she, because now I'm listening again to how she teaches, and I haven't listened to her or gone through her material in years, in many, many, many years, and I'm just fascinated by how sometimes the best things are very easy.
The simplest.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I was chatting with a client yesterday, and I was telling her about my year-long package that I have and what this looks like. And I was like, listen, my goal with this whole thing is to walk. And the reason I meet with people with my year-long package twice a month is because transits change and seasons change
yeah,
and energy changes. And I want to walk people through their chart and their energy bite-sizable, right?
yeah,
Every other week. If you spend every other week with me for a year,
yeah.
you've spent a while with me for a couple years.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
your life tends to change a little bit.
Mm,
And so if I'm coaching somebody for a year, for, twice a month, my whole goal is to make it bite-sizable and understandable. Like if you chuck too much at somebody and smack them in the face, they're like, I
yeah,
don't know what to do first. It's too much, right? Whereas if you just go through one thing
yeah,
or address one task or whatever. And I feel like Deborah's really good at that. She's really good at
yeah.
just taking this huge thing and simplifying it. And
Absolutely.
when I got done with her schooling, I was like, I'm good at that too. Like
Mm,
it's a skill that I have is making complex subjects really difficult subjects and breaking them down into understandable pieces. And I know this because I've homeschooled 3 kids and they
yeah,
understand really complex subjects because I made it fun and simple.
yeah.
And that's it. Her whole thing is fun and simple.
Absolutely. Like the book that I first read from her, The Four Elements, is basically like just boiling it down to like, well, what's the element what's your chart? Which element is mostly visible in your chart?
Yeah.
Like, let's just boil it down to one thing,
And and
one element.
and you just it almost takes away all the astrology when it just brings in the
Yeah,
elements. Like everybody
yeah.
can understand the elements.
Hmm. You're like,
Everybody.
oh, water. I know water.
I know water. I
Yeah.
understand it. It
I
moves,
know
it
what fire
flows,
is. Exactly. Fire is hot. You get burned. It happens quickly.
it
It's
dances.
lively. It
It,
dances.
yep,
It's
yep,
dramatic.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, her 4 elements, and then her new book is believe. You don't have to believe in astrology, or
Well,
I
it's called I Don't
I
Believe in
don't
Astrology.
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't believe in astrology. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm. Which is
And
amazing.
which I love it because that's isn't that as astrologers, isn't that one of the first things we hear? Oh, I don't
Yeah.
believe in that. And we're like, cool,
Yeah.
you don't have to.
Yeah.
It's
And I
okay.
think if I don't know if I've heard this from many astrologers, but from her for sure as well, saying like you do not need to believe you don't need others to believe in astrology. You don't need to believe in astrology. She says astrology believes in you. So that's
Yeah,
fine.
it still
You don't
works.
have to believe in it.
I
Yeah.
always
It
tell
still
people,
works.
I always tell people, I did
Mm.
health coaching for about 12 years and I have my oils behind me and I use a lot of essential oils and aromatherapy and essentially they're concentrated parts of the plant, right? If you take essentially the immune system of the plant and distill it down, steam distill it down and concentrate it, that's what the oils are. And you can get it from the leaves, the petals, the whole plant. If it's like the spruce tree, they just take the whole spruce tree and chuck it in the thing and grind it up and then steam that. So I've been to the farms and I've seen the process and it's just cool. Like it's really cool to
Mm.
see the whole thing. And then you take this oil and it's stupid concentrated. Like one drop of peppermint oil is equivalent to like I'm drinking my tea, right? I've got my tea bag. It's equivalent to 28 bags of peppermint tea. So it's
Wow.
really, really concentrated, right? And so people would always say, "Well, I don't believe in essential oils." I had that all the time. And I was like,
Mm.
okay, but you just ate some broccoli, right? Like
Hmm.
you don't have to believe that that broccoli is going to give you iron. You don't
Yeah.
it just does.
Yeah.
You
For
don't have
sure.
to believe that your stomach knows how to break down the calcium and the magnesium of the broccoli. It just
Still
happens.
does.
It
Yeah.
still works, right? And the same thing with the oils. Cool, you don't have to understand the science behind it, but there's a lot of it
Hmm.
if you'd like it. And same thing with astrology. It's one of the oldest sciences in the world, if
Hmm.
not the oldest.
Yeah.
And like it's cool. You don't have to believe it. It's not a religion. It still
Exactly.
works,
It's not a religion. You don't have to believe in it.
right? Your broccoli isn't a religion, but
Uh,
you know that if you eat it, it's going to do something good for you. It's going to help
that's
in some
so
way,
funny. That's so
right?
funny how you phrase that. Like, oh, do you believe in astrology? I don't not so sure if I believe in it. It's like because you never talk about like, oh, do you believe in technology or like, do you believe in these books or like, oh, do you believe in the sun? It's like you
Right.
don't have to believe it. You can like it or not like it and understand it or not understand it, but
Exactly.
there's nothing for you there to believe or not believe.
Exactly. And it's
Yeah.
like air. I don't believe that the air we're breathing is made up of this much oxygen and this much nitrogen. Again, it's irrelevant what you believe. You're still
Mm.
breathing in
Yeah.
oxygen and nitrogen and breathing out carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just how it works, man.
Absolutely. I have to correct myself on the title of of the book I first read from her. It's not called The Four Elements, it's called The Missing Element.
The missing element.
The
That's right.
Missing Element.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, I think it's so interesting when people, because I mean, as an, aromatherapist, I've been dealing with this for years and then I switched and moved into astrology. Now I'm dealing with the same thing.
Yeah.
Same energy. People are like, "Oh, well, I don't know." Cool, you don't have to know. There's a lot
Hmm.
humans don't know.
Yep.
And we have to like experience it to really understand it. So come have an experience with me. I
Yeah.
guarantee you'll leave having had an experience, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I had a reading 2 days ago, 3 days ago with twin 14-year-olds and their mom. And so
Okay.
it was really fascinating.
Yeah.
And they were Libra twins. And I have done one other reading for twins. And but these two were only born 1 minute apart. So nothing in their chart changed. So it was exact
Mm.
same chart. But I could see immediately how they would show up so differently because they were a Libra sun and it was exactly conjunct with their Libra rising. And then they had Saturn in Libra, but it was in the 12th house, like a couple degrees away. And I was looking at this as like, oh, you guys are twins to like balance each other and be equal and opposite reflections to each other. So I'm working on like explaining how twin charts can like play out the same but different. And some twins are like samesies, right? Like equal, equal. And then some twins are opposite. And this was like an equal opposite. And the Libra energy really, really, really showed up with like, I'm going to mirror a different view to you, or I'm going to mirror a different aspect to you. So I was working with these 14-year-olds, and their mom had told me like they're skeptical about this. And I was like, cool, bring it. Bring these skeptical 14-year-olds. I would love to talk with them. I also have a skeptical 14-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
But
used to it.
how I'm intrigued at how much different were they? How many minutes apart were they born?
So they were one minute
What
apart.
differences oh my
They
goodness,
were
that's
1 minute
nothing.
apart. Yeah. So their chart was exactly the same. Exactly. So what I
Oh.
saw immediately is how the twin and I don't know how I do this. This is just like sometimes my weird thing with astrology and energy. But I immediately saw with their rising sign in Libra and then their sun sign right there, and then Saturn in the 12th house in Libra, and that was the only thing in the 12th house. And I saw immediately Saturn opposite Venus in the 6th house, and I was like, "Oh,
Hmm.
we got some relationship stuff from the past we have to work on every day." And then I heard the word real clear, like came in on like the wind behind me, and I heard betrayal. And I was like,
Hmm.
"Oh, one of you betrayed another one in your past life. And in order to heal that betrayal, you guys came here as twins.
Together.
But not like twins that are like samesies, but like equal
Yeah.
and opposite, right? Mirroring each
Yeah.
other." And I asked them, I was like, which one of you betrayed the other one? And they knew. They were like, you did it. And like they knew.
Really?
Yeah, it was a boy and girl twins. It was really fun. It was really fun. And their mom's in the middle, like taking notes and taking notes and
Oh
taking
my
notes.
God.
And then I would bring something else up and they're like, yep, that's this kid. And oh, that's this one. And it was so cool to see
So
because
funny.
Libra is the scales. So I could instantly see how twins born in the sign of Libra with Libra rising in Libra Saturn, how they could be very, very different and then like have karmically different paths as well. Like it just made
Yeah.
sense to me. Because astrology isn't just like, oh, you have this chart, so this is exactly how you'll turn out. It's an interpretation. So where one twin had they both had Neptune in the fifth house at the tail end of Pisces. And it's like, oh, you guys
Mm.
have to be creative. But they both had Chiron in Aquarius right next to it. So they were like, oh, I don't wanna, right? And
Yeah.
I asked, how does your art show up? And one of them was playing drums, and the other one was like designing things like room design and like outfit fashion design. And I was like, that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Neptune in Pisces just needs to be creative. It doesn't matter how, but it needs that creative flow. So one of them doing music and one of them doing like decorative and design and like that makes so
Mm.
much sense. And so I really
Hmm.
encourage that those passions because again, they're going to come out differently, but also because Chiron's right there, it's going to be this uncomfortable passion, this uncomfortable need to create
Yeah.
art or whatever. So I just loved reading these twin charts. Like it was so fun and cool to see immediately how the energy could play out differently. And I could feel
Mm.
the two kids too. Like one was on one side of the mom and one was on the other side of the mom, but they were both off screen. But they'd pop in just a little bit and then they'd pop in. And so I'd ask them questions, not knowing, like, can't see their faces or reactions. So
Yeah.
I was almost like just feeling their energy while
Yeah.
I was doing the reading, and mom was just taking notes and like giggling once in a while. So it was really interesting. I've never done that before. That was a new
Yeah.
experience. But I do like working with teenagers. They're fun in general
Hmm.
because they're still kind of pliable, right? They're still
Yeah.
moldable and they're curious, but they're not going to show you how curious they actually are.
Exactly. They're still like very much deciding what they think about different things.
Yeah. 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 So this was fun. She said they're skeptical. I said, perfect. Good.
Perfect. Bring them on.
And then I saw their little Mercury in Scorpio and their Venus in Scorpio. And I was like, good. Way to be skeptical.
Yeah.
High five, you two. You're
Yeah.
doing your
Yeah.
job. Like you should be
Uh,
skeptical. That's what you came here to be. You should be like, wait a minute, what is this? I don't know.
mm-hmm.
Hang on. I'm not sure. Let me
Mm-hmm.
feel this out, right? And of course, both of them were off screen, right? Like what
Yeah.
Scorpio, Mercury, and Venus twins both off screen, but then like pop
Yeah.
in and then they
Yeah.
felt very much like alligators, right? Like
Yeah. They swim in and swim out.
It was great.
Oh,
It was really great. I loved it. So I'm just having so much fun with clients and reading charts and having those moments of like, I don't know this person at all. And
yeah.
I'm reading this chart and their jaws dropped and their eyes get huge and then they start crying and I'm like, what did I just say? What just happened? And
Mm-hmm.
they just start crying and say, I've never been so validated. And I'm like, isn't it a thing?
It's that, the
It's a
validation.
thing.
Yeah,
I don't know how to express that to people of like feeling validated in ways you didn't know you needed is huge.
yeah.
Because it's not like a conscious validation you're searching for. It's an unconscious, like someone sees me truly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what I felt with astrology was that there was many things that I hadn't shaped or found words to or brought up to the surface.
Hmm.
But when I heard them written or said, I felt like, wow, that is so true, and that's exactly how it is. But
Never
I
said
didn't
it.
even, like I knew it, but I didn't really know about it.
Hmm.
I knew it, but I didn't know about it. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's
Mm-hmm.
been even just watching my kids grow up and grow into their charts, right? Like I've been studying
Yeah.
astrology since before I had kids, but once I had Elliot, I really started honing in deeper and deeper because to me, understanding the people that are closest to you in your life is really one of the things we came here to do, especially someone with Saturn and Libra.
Yeah.
In the fifth house of children, like I came here to really karmically work hard to understand my children. Like that is
Yeah.
that placement. And of course, my Mars is right next to it. So I'm really driven to do this. So it was really my kids that kind of instigate these changes for me. And each kid just created more and more of a fascination with astrology because each chart shows up so differently.
Mm.
And
Mm-hmm.
even a couple days ago, I took Guinevere. She's my 12-year-old. I took her for a ride. I don't. Where were we going? Groceries or something. I think we were getting groceries. And it was just her and I in the car. And I said, kid, you are the most intriguing to me of my five kids. And she said, what? I said, yeah, I can't figure you out. And you don't quote unquote fit your chart the way
Mm.
I would anticipate it being. You have a lot
Yeah.
of Cancer energy and you have a Libra rising and you have a ton of Scorpio and Pisces. And to me, that speaks in music and flow and art and even performing with some of the placements you have. And she's like, we've tried band with her, we've tried to get her into musicals and choir like the other kids, and she's
Mm.
just not. And it's so intriguing to my brain. Like, why
Yeah.
isn't it showing up the way I think it should show up?
Yeah. I feel like with water, you need to have I don't know what parts of her chart that shows that maybe she would want to be on stage, but with the water, especially Cancer and Scorpio, it's very much like hidden in your shell
Yes.
and
Yes.
being in your house and not really trusting the
Yeah.
world quite yet. And you make sure to it takes some time to let people in. And you're super creative and you can do all of those things, but it's not something that you necessarily want to show off.
No. No. Not, at least not yet. And I have to remind myself this is my only child who has Saturn in the first house,
Mm.
which is
Mm.
takes a lot of time before she shows up.
Yeah.
Right? The first house is literally showing up and like how
Hmm.
you present yourself. And she's taking a lot of time to figure out who she is, and she's
Yeah.
not letting anybody tell her what to do. She got Pluto in the third house in Capricorn. So
Yeah.
she's not letting anybody tell her what to do and how to put her mind or how to train her mind. She's doing it all herself. But man, I told her when we were driving, I said, you're the most intriguing kid because if I look at your chart, I feel like as an astrologer, I would think it would show up X, Y, or Z way. And so far, it has not shown up in any of those ways.
Yeah.
So to me, that's really intriguing. It's like
Yeah.
thinking you're watching water run down a concrete path or something, right? And you think the water is going to go to the right and go that way. And then it suddenly takes a left turn
Mm.
and the water trickle goes over to the left. And you didn't see it coming. You were like,
Mm.
why did it go that way? What happened?
Hmm.
Right? What diverted the path that way? Water never goes where you think it's gonna go.
Yeah.
So I have to just surrender with this. Well, all of my children, but she's just so intriguing. And I
Hmm.
love watching the astrology literally grow up, right?
Yeah, and that feels so fitting that she is so intriguing because water is very mysterious. Like water can change forms. Imagine, there's so many forms of water,
Yeah.
and they
And
can be
she
ice
has
and
all of
and
them. She
yeah.
has so her chart, she's like 60% water signs. And she's got four of them in four planets in Cancer at the top of her chart. And then she's got like two in Scorpio and two in Pisces. And her Pisces is the sixth house and her Scorpio is the second house. So it's
Hmm.
very like foundational houses. 10th, second,
Yeah.
and sixth is all her water trines. So you genuinely have no idea when the clouds are going to clear, when the rain's going to come, when it's going to stop, where the what the waves are doing. You've no idea. And she's the
Hmm.
only child I was wrong with the gender. I knew every one of my babies and what they were going to be. And when she came out, I think
Yeah.
partially
Again.
I didn't want two boys or two girls together real quick, but so I think there was part of me that didn't want that, but I really didn't think she was a girl because
Yeah.
I
I
couldn't
think
feel it.
again, it's with so much water, it's just you will be a big mystery.
Yeah.
Because not only does she have all a lot of planets in all of the signs of water, but water can also it can freeze up. It can,
Yes.
like you said, when it flows, you don't know in what direction it flows. You don't know how big the waves are going to be. You don't know when it's going to be a clear day.
Yep.
So water is very, very mysterious when you have a lot of water.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is where I think astrology is just so much fun to really, really humble yourself and recognize
Mm.
the way the different elements appear and how they show up.
Yeah.
And, I can help guide people, but I cannot tell you how it's going to show up.
Yeah.
I'm not a predictive astrologer in that way. That's not what I do. I help people
Mm.
understand the elements and the energies, but you and I don't do a lot of like even with our transit readings and stuff, we don't do a lot of predictions. We're like, oh, it'll probably
Mm.
feel this way. You can do a little this.
Yeah.
But I don't like predestining things, right? That doesn't I know there's some astrologers who do, but I try to give general timelines like, hey, this is a good time for these types of activities.
Yeah.
Or if you're going to make a baby, this is probably the best timeline in this general couple years but I don't
Yeah.
say here's when your baby's coming or I don't.
No, you can just see the energies and when like you can I don't have the word in English, but you can see them uh no, let's skip it. I don't remember
You're
the
like
word.
my brain's just not doing it.
Förutsättningar. You can see the like a you can see your toolbox. You can see the
Yes.
toolbox pretty
Yes.
much. Like these are the tools that you have. And on these days those tools are going to be bigger. I don't know what you're going
Mhm.
to do with those tools or
Right.
if you're going to choose to use them, but if you
Yeah,
choose to, it could be, it leans towards these sort of things happening, you know?
exactly. Yeah, it's like checking things in and out of the library. Some days it's
Yeah,
there, some days it's not there, and you have to use what you get.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to do that. And it's also really helpful to just to use it to validate things. Like I was having some angst the other day about around money, and I had to just breathe and look at my chart and go, oh, look, all of these planets are in my eighth house. The eighth house is not like trade time for money and work hourly. It's utilize your networks and it's
Mm,
connect with your community and it's utilize other people's resources. And
yeah,
I was needing to get on other people's calendars, and that's exactly what I was doing. And I was following that flow that said, hey, do this.
yeah.
But I was also having some angst because my brain was telling me, I think we're supposed to be making money. I think we're supposed to be making money, right? So I was like, brain was thinking that way, and body was like, but we're following our flow, and this is what we're supposed to be
Mm,
doing. And that's what anxiety is. It's when the things don't line up. Your brain says one thing, and intuition says another. So I did
Yeah.
follow the intuition, but then the angst showed up because my brain is like, I should, right? And then I opened my chart and I was like, wait, what is it actually? And sure enough, it was both because Jupiter's in the second house for me and all these planets are transiting the eighth house for me. So I was like, okay, it's both and, right? Yes, I do need to be working on my abundance with trading time for money and my self-reliance on my own skills and talents. Yes, and I also need to be getting on other people's calendars. Good job, Laura. Yay. So I was able to
Mm.
like take that angst that was pulling me kind of apart and like almost like integrate it again and be like, it's okay. Now
Mm.
tomorrow we'll work on this and today we did this. And I was able to stabilize. But had I not looked at my chart for a couple minutes
Yeah.
and taken that time to just honor both feelings and that
Yeah.
they were both correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Well done, you.
So I think it's just so helpful in so many different settings. And I just love astrology. And I think you guys should all love astrology too. So that's
I'm pretty
my
sure most people who listen to this do.
that's my advice for you. Love astrology because it's helpful, damn it.
Yeah. It loves you.
It loves you.
It
It
loves
does.
you.
It's a frequency.
Yeah.
It's a frequency. So thanks for listening to our random tangents today. I love doing these random tangent shows.
Me too. And it's like, especially on days when you feel like you don't really know where your head is at.
No.
Like you and I were just battery
Our
low
battery
level,
capacity is a little low. You're
very
growing a
low.
human. I have five of them to take care of.
Yeah.
We're in a really cold spell right now, and it was the last couple days, like negative 20 when we Fahrenheit when we woke up, and it felt like negative 42. And I was like, what does that even mean?
That sounds like a lot. I don't know Fahrenheit, but
Right.
that sounds like a lot.
Right. So if you figure 32 degrees is 0 degrees Celsius, and we were negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit. So it was really negative
Mm.
Celsius,
It
really
was really
negative,
negative.
really negative. I don't know.
Ah,
That had to be like negative 50 or something. It was cold. So, and it's been
yeah,
cold. So it's been just energetically hard, especially when you have a farm and you've got to haul buckets of water out to the animals and keep everybody somewhat
yeah.
protected. And there's a lot of energy drain. So I know you and I are both going through this crazy Aquarius transition as best as we can. And now on Monday, Neptune moves into Aries. So there's a lot of
Yeah.
transition and we're taking it week by
Things are
week.
happening.
Yep.
As soon there's the Chinese New Year's. I think it's 14th or 17th of February.
Yeah, one of those two.
Moving into the year of the horse.
It's right at the same time Saturn moves into Aries,
Oh, that's cool.
which is the
Let's talk
15th.
about that next time.
Yeah, let's
I
dive
like
into that.
that.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, you stay warm wherever you are. Sending you guys all kinds of love and peace and just well wishes to anybody who's struggling right now in America with just all of the everythings. It's hit close to home here with some friends of
Hmm.
ours and just stay safe, everybody.
Yeah.
It's just sad, just hard and sad with all of
And
the
scary.
and scary. So, sending love to everybody and wishing you all the best.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening, everyone. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining us this week. Be sure to like and support the show by sharing with a friend or joining us on Patreon. And you can buy us a tea or coffee and financially support us. Thank you so much. It's so appreciated.